All right, we're back in. Cody's got his pizza. All right, we're ready to go. Domino's on the
delivers.
docket. Domino's delivers. I was trying to find words, and those were the words.
Brought to you. They're our official sponsor of the Dundee Football Podcast.
Don't tell anyone. We'll get sued. All right, anyway.
I don't think that's how it works.
We're giving them free advertising, actually, so no, we won't get sued. We'll sue them.
Okay.
They owe us money.
For our entire audience of 12 people.
That's right. Hey. You know, it could be like a pizza a week, dude. That adds up.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
Anyway.
Gotta start somewhere.
Derrick Henry, Tennessee Titans. How do we feel? We worried?
They got boathoused, man.
They got boathouse.
Like, what do you do?
They got boat raced.
Yeah, I call it boathouse because I'm stoned.
Boathouse. I like it. Every time from now, I'm going to call it boathouse.
They got fucking boathouse, yo.
And then I'm going to look at him like Patrick Swayze. Boathouse.
So this is the phrase the kids are using now?
Boathouse.
Boathouse. No, yeah, I mean, they got crushed. You know, it's pretty hard to do anything when you're getting sacked, you know, left and right. Mm-hmm. You can't really, you know, if you can't block those guys off the edge, the play action ain't going to work no matter what you do.
Right.
Because they're coming after the play action for the run anyway, so they're coming with a head of steam. They see you got the ball still and you're on your back.
It's true. Yeah,
you know?
So, like, it sucks that Derrick Henry happened to get, like, you know, matched up against what we didn't realize what was going to be Arizona. If Arizona's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It looked pretty fucking real yesterday, didn't it?
Holy shit, didn't it?
I mean...
Chandler Jones.
If they have... And, like, man, they got it... They don't have the greatest secondary. They got rid of Pat Pete. You know, Pat Pete's a little old, but he's still a physical specimen at cornerback.
Yeah. He's more than a little old. I mean, it's seasoned.
He's old. But he's still, you know, he's a veteran presence on that team to teach the young guys, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what their secondary is going to look like. You know, Buda Baker's obviously solid, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, rough day for Henry there. How do you feel about Miles Sanders?
I took some slack for Miles Sanders, and he put up 13 with no touchdowns.
Yeah, you did take some slack.
I took some heat for that, and I like it. I like the play.
Again, Atlanta Falcons.
Railroaded the Falcons, man.
The Falcons.
Yeah,
I think the Falcons might be
Did the Eagles just put up a showing there, or did the Falcons just really not show up, or both?
If you look at the Falcons from last year,
I would like it if the Falcons were just garbage.
The Falcons from last year were a team that gave up so many points to pass catching running backs. All right, so like we'll see what the Eagles and Miles Sanders do when they face a competent defense, which the Atlanta Falcons are not.
Right.
So
no, they're not.
We'll see. But you know, you still gotta do it against bad teams. If you can do it against bad teams, that's valuable to know as well. Mm-hmm. So
every week's important. And speaking of running backs, I think that Dave and Todd have a trade that's going to go through here in the next day.
Well, yeah. What was that? What was that trade? Robert Woods was involved.
Robert Woods and Tyler Higbee.
Melvin Gordon.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Tyler Higbee and Robert Woods from Dave to Todd, who's giving up Melvin Gordon and Jarvis Landry. Gordon rushed for 100 yards and a touch on 17 carries this week.
But he had like a 70-yard touchdown, too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Javonte Williams had 14 carries, though. Coming for that man's job.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he looked good, apparently.
Interesting.
He looked good, apparently. So, I don't know. I don't think... Melvin Gordon's on a contract here, though. So they'd be stupid to not use his legs up.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So I think
that would be Dave's best running back move so far because so far he's not.
He's got nobody.
Made one.
But Chase Edmonds and Melvin Gordon, that's a solid running back pairing. You throw Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon in there with Patty Mahomes, Tyreek Hill. You know, Logan Thomas is a solid tight end. The problem there is Heineke now.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see.
Yeah,
Claypool.
But he's got to give up his third-round pick to make the trade happen, so Robert Woods is going out the window. So it's definitely going to impact the wide receivers. But he needs running back help.
I would be interested, if Dave is interested, by the way, this is going out if you listen to this podcast. my own 2 cents here. Deontay for Claypool is interesting for me. If you want to swap Pittsburgh wide receivers there, Dave, just a little note. Anyway, Indianapolis gets smashed by Russ on defense. They're going to be fine, I think, though. Indianapolis defense, I think they're going to be all right.
Yeah, the worst part about Indianapolis' defense is on the other side of their ball is Carson Wentz helming the offense, and he can't do it. He's garbage.
You know though, what I'll say about Wentz, when they came out in that game initially, he looked all right. They put a few drives together. He made some throws.
He does that. Remember how like people were
He's
talking
still holding
MVP?
the ball too long.
Yeah.
He's still holding the ball.
He's a forever letdown because that man was sold as the future of the league, him and Jared Goff. And now both of them are on new teams trying to survive and just get a job.
The one thing that gives me a little bit of hope season long for Carson Wentz is that he's with Frank Reich. And he seemed, watching him out there, okay, I didn't watch the fourth quarter, but I watched 3 quarters of that game. He looked a lot more comfortable in Indianapolis than he looked in Philly. So we'll see.
We'll see.
He's got honestly, probably Indianapolis' offensive line is probably the best in the league, right? But they had a solid O-line there in Philly for most of the time.
Yeah, for almost all the time.
Yeah, the last year was a little iffy with injuries, and they're getting a little old. But, we'll see about Carson Wentz. He's not even on this team we're talking about. So
I would like to give Dave some credit for not only naming his team after Dobbins, but keeping Dobbins on his roster. Really embracing the suck on that one.
Hey, man, put him on the IR. Do it for the glory, Do it for the glory. Tyler Bass, let's give it a little honorable mention there. Cody's kicker from last year, just a fucking stud there, putting up points no matter what.
Kickers,
11 points.
Nobody cares about
Hey,
kickers.
let's talk about kicker strategy here. Cody, you lost to Dave's kicker by 4 points. How are you going to remedy that?
I'm going to remedy that by sticking with Tampa Bay's kicker, who will probably put up about 9 points a week.
There you go. You know what's interesting there on the bottom of Dave's list, though, is Nelson Egler. I really didn't expect him to do much.
Yeah.
5 receptions, 72 yards, and a touch is promising there.
It is, but it's New England's offense, so that always changes week to week.
That's true. It's true, but, they don't have a lot of guys there, at wide receiver. No. It's either Aguilar or Myers, really. So if Aguilar put up numbers, maybe he'll get a little steam going. Cody's got Debo on the other side of the ball on the bench, who just monstrous game. But against the Lions, honestly, probably got to see it twice to believe in it from Debo. But it's pretty promising to see that man healthy and putting up numbers like that.
Who did the Niners have week 2? Anyone know?
Well, we know they got the Pack week 3. I don't know about week 2. Yeah, we should look that up, and then we should move to the next matchup.
I think Debo Samuels against the Pack sounds like a sexy thing.
Probably. I mean, although he's probably going to get Jair. That was the only one lone bright spot of the Packers game was Marquez Callaway, preseason sensation, didn't do shit because of
Niners
Jair.
Philly next week.
Oh, well, we'll find out if Philly's for real next week, won't we?
Yeah, we're going to test from both of them.
Debo Samuels is definitely playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were you, he would.
He's going to find his way into the flex spot.
They have Darius Slay, though, don't they?
I don't give a fuck about Darius Slay.
Yeah. That's not Debo's game anyway.
Yeah.
Debo's a line of scrimmage, short passing type dude.
I saw him catch a lot of sexy slants.
Yeah.
Sexy slants.
I mean, if he's healthy, man,
Maybe he doesn't be healthy for 10 weeks, but like right now, he's in the lineup.
You use him up while you got him.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one. Team Pop, Drop, and Lockett. Fantastic name. And to be honest with you, not sure yet. Not that much worse. I kind of like it. Not sure yet. I don't know. It's not a bad team name.
And it feels like the Washington
It gives you
football team.
options. You can go a lot of directions off of that.
Yeah. What did you say?
It gives you options. You can go a lot of directions.
Yeah, that's right. She's got a lot of versatility there.
Yeah. Right.
Just say it out loud.
I mean, Tyler Lockett, my name.
You're still here.
I had strongly considered moving Tyler Lockett to my bench 20 minutes before game time. Because I really thought maybe Shenault was going to get some shit against the Texans. Thank God I talked myself out of that because Tyler Lockett is the only reason I won this game.
You're right.
You want to know what? I think Urban Meyer's is going to be a one-and-done coach.
Oh, man.
I'm from Washington.
Making some questionable choices there in week 1 against one of the worst teams in football.
I have not heard good things.
It's true, but I will tell you, Trevor Lawrence, watching that replay today, it's nothing new. Everybody's been talking about it. Well, he made some very questionable decisions and forcing some balls into some weird spots. That man's crazy talented. And the bullet that I saw him make for his first touchdown, for like a 45-yard touchdown on the left side, the safety made one step inside, and that was enough to not be able to get back to the receiver. Wow. That's how fast the ball got there. It was gross.
I didn't see a lot of that game, so I mean that sounds good. It's just, man, how does it get any easier than Houston? is my question.
Detroit.
Yeah, that's it. But that's it. And maybe Atlanta.
I think Houston showed with Tyler Taylor they're a little better than you thought.
Yeah, they are. They are. But I just...
If we're going off for only results of week 1, you would argue Green Bay.
Yes, you would.
He keeps just hitting the soft spots. Doesn't he? He's hitting the soft spots.
If the recording cuts off, it's because Pat threw the phone.
If you hear a loud bang, it's just me strangling Cody. No, hey, the pup's over here trying to eat the chips. Anyway, so Jalen Hurts, big game for Trish. Like we said, Niners next week. We'll see if they're for real, really. But it looks promising this week.
She's got Justin Herbert too, so even if not, she's going to be just fine.
She does have Justin Herbert.
Yeah. She got the 3 quarterbacks. Mr. Cousins did not make it to day 1.
He got cut.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bold strategy to draft 3 quarterbacks. So, you know. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, we covered him. Christian McCaffrey, enough said. I mean, didn't even score a touchdown, 18 points.
Just averaging like 6 yards a carry and like 9 yards of reception. Just like it's nothing.
For God's sakes, if that man stays healthy, he's
got the highest ceiling of any player in the league.
There's a reason he's number 1 every year.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows why he's good. He's a wide receiver and a running back in one. That's what he is. I mean, he caught 9 passes for 89 yards.
If he plays a full career, they're going to be talking about most yards of scrimmage as a Christian McCaffrey stat, and then everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be hundreds of yards ahead of the next person.
Oh yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I really would like to see him. I mean,
on a good team,
it'd be nice for him to not stay healthy, so you can't use him all year. But it'd be fun for him to stay healthy, so we can see what he does.
It's literally recorded that you said it'd be nice if he didn't stay healthy.
I already got Mostert out for 8 weeks now. My number 2 running back's out for 8 weeks, so I need McCaffrey to stay healthy.
Because he's 2 players and he needs to be.
If McCaffrey goes out, I am done. My season's gone.
I got a stud running back. By way of Tampa Bay.
Damian Harris getting that New England backfield that you always have the 3-headed monster you're worried about. Damian Harris, I think, got something like 21 of 24 carries.
Fumbled away the game, though, there in the end.
He did.
We'll see what Uncle Bill does about that.
Putting up triple-digit rushing yards feels good, though.
Yeah. I think he'll be all right because he's obviously the lead guy there. But, Ramondre Stevenson looked real good the preseason. So, I don't know. He might inch in there a little bit.
Well, you already touched about how they just don't have many receivers in there.
They don't.
And they got a brand new quarterback, and getting rid of Cam Newton is going to open up so many more rushes because that man just hogged. It's like Josh Allen.
All the goal line.
Yeah, you get inside the 10-yard line, quarterback's probably running it.
Yep, absolutely.
So I think that Damian Harris is going to have to step up, or my team's going to be in trouble.
Are you worried about Justin Jefferson?
No, I mean that man. He was a half a yard. He was 3 centimeters away from having a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
and it got called back, and Dalvin Cook vultured it. So he very, very easily could have 15 points this week.
Okay, all right.
Thielen coming through because Thielen's a monster, but that won't happen every week.
Yeah,
that transition at receiver of the true number 1 is probably about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think
second year star receivers. That's usually what it is, right? They have a rookie year where it's all right, they get 650, 700 yards.
Well,
they're going to be good.
He had the all-time rookie season. He had a.
That's what I'm saying. It's that second year is when we really see it. So
yeah.
I see Justin Jefferson having a monster.
Oh, he's going to be a player in the league for a while. Yeah. I mean, we're watching Darren Waller right now. Started off a little rough this game, but he's right there, 5.5 points for a tight end. Obviously, he's one of the big 3. You're hoping for double digits there, but a lot of game left out here.
But aren't they losing?
They are losing, but it's close game, 14-10 right now, third quarter.
I just mean we're going to see plenty of Darren Waller.
Yannick Ngakoue just got a sack. I don't know.
They got 23 minutes of Darren Waller coming at him.
Yeah, and to give the Raiders credit here, man, they were down 14-0. They could have folded. Yeah. Let's touch on Trish a little bit though, because we're just going down Jake's team right now.
Well, look at her bench. We already talked about Justin Herbert, but she's going to have Trey Sermon that comes in. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, though.
Maybe.
What if it's Mitchell?
Well, they're going to have to bring him up because Mostert's out 8 weeks. So,
But they also got Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson wasn't active either. He's still waiting out there.
Jeff Wilson ain't shit compared to the hype that is around Trey Sermon.
Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson ain't shit. You heard him.
Man of playoff envy.